As told in our previous video, the Second World War was one of the deadliest events in the history of mankind that lasted from 1939 to 1945. It involved the vast majority of the world's countries, including all of the great powers, forming two opposing military alliances, the Allies and the Axis powers. World War II created an entirely new world claiming over 60 million lives across the globe. In this video we will take a look at the consequences of the Second World War. When the war began in the late 1930s, the world's population was approximately 2 billion. At the end, as many as 60 million died, 25 million of them Soviet. There's no data available about deaths of political prisoners, deportees and homosexuals. It is impossible to know how many women in Europe were raped by the Red Army soldiers, who saw them as their weapon or something to conquer. Genocide, a new word entered the language to confront with the murder of 6 million of Europe's Jews by the Nazis. The Holocaust is what we call the Nazi attempt to destroy European Jewry. It was part of a vast operation in genocide which, between 1939 and 1945, the Holocaust was the first modern genocide, totally dependent on modern technology and science, on the state bureaucracy. The dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki created a world terrified by the threat of atomic war. Huge swaths of Europe and Asia had been reduced to ruins. Borders were redrawn and homecomings, expulsions, and burials were underway. The massive efforts to rebuild had just begun. Bridges had been blown up, railway locomotives and rolling stock had vanished. Great cities such as Warsaw, Kiev, Tokyo and Berlin were piles of rubble and ash. War crimes trials took place in Europe and Asia, leading to many executions and prison sentences. Millions of Germans and Japanese were forcibly expelled from territories they called home. Apart from the United States and allies such as Canada and Australia, who were largely unscathed by the war's destruction, the European powers such as Britain and France had precious little to spare. Britain had largely bankrupted itself fighting the war and France had been stripped bare by the Germans. Pestilence, war, famine and death, which are the four pillars of the apocalypse, came back in the modern age from the Middle Ages. The great European empires, which had controlled so much of the world, from Africa to Asia, were on their last legs and looked as though they would never rise again. The rise of the US and the Soviet Union and the weakening of the European empires had been happening long before 1939. The war acted as a catalyst to these important developments, also accelerating change in other ways, in science and technology. For example, the world got atomic weapons, but it also got atomic power. Under the stimulus of war, governments poured resources into developing new medicines and technologies. Without the war, it would have taken the world much longer. Denazification was an ambitious policy which was later dropped as it became clear that German society would collapse if all former Nazis were forbidden to work. Germany was divided, and remained so until 1990. Defeated Germany was divided into Soviet, American, British and French zones of occupation. The city of Berlin, though technically part of the Soviet zone, was also split, with the Soviets taking the eastern part of the city. West Germany was not able to escape its past so easily. Under pressure from the Allies and from within, it dealt much more thoroughly with its Nazi past. In West German schools, children learned about the horrors committed by the regime. East Germany, by contrast, took no responsibility, instead blaming the Nazis on capitalism. Indeed, many East Germans grew up believing that their country had fought with the Soviet Union against Hitler's regime. A wind of change meant that by the end of the 1960s, almost all the old colonies of the British Empire had gained their independence. Because imperial powers no longer had the financial and military capacity to hang on to their vast territories, nor did they want to pay the price or lose the empire, whether in money or blood. The British lost its hold on India in 1947, leaving behind two new countries of India and Pakistan. Burma, Sri Lanka and Malaysia followed the road of independence not long after. The Dutch fought a losing war but finally conceded independence to Indonesia. France tried to regain its colonies in Indochina but was forced out in 1954 after a humiliating defeat at the hands of Vietnamese forces. The League of Nations was disbanded. Instead, a new United Nations was declared. The United Nations grew from 51 nations in 1945 to 189 by the end of the century. It's been a long time since the Second World War, but the memories are strong and powerfully alive. Each one of us wants to remember it differently. In Britain, the government promised the people who had fought against Hitler a welfare state, which would care for its people from the cradle to the grave. The dismantling of the British Empire began. In Japan, the conservatives minimized Japanese responsibility for the war and downplay atrocities on nationalist grounds. Japan, they argue, should not apologize for the past when all powers were guilty of aggression. The feeling was that right had triumphed over evil. The Second World War seems to be the last morally unambiguous war. The Nazis and their allies were bad and they did evil things. The Allies were good and right to fight them. The firebombing of Hamburg, Tokyo, and Berlin, the forcible repatriation of Soviet prisoners of war, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, should alert people that bad things can be done in the name of good causes.